Friday, y'all. We'll talk about my extended warranty first. One at a time.
So,
set both of them out.
we're gonna get some tonight.
Yeah, not yet.
The experiences I had with you or my solo experience that you obviously did.
By saying either I'm done or I'm leaving, that way we know.
Sounds like y'all might not need. It sounds like y'all's family might need to.
Yeah. Close. It's always. Japanese
Paranormal UK Members Lounge.
What's up, everybody? Hi, Squeaks.
Hi.
How's everyone doing tonight? I saw that, Robert. I saw that, brother. How are you doing, Squeaks?
I'm doing fantastic, and I made it through the night after that show last night. we won't go there.
For those of you who don't know, and let's keep it that way.
Uh-huh.
It was another fun and enthusiastic Friday night, and I had a great time. It
was great.
And
Very great.
Some people ask me about the show and stuff. How do I set this up? How do I get things? You know what? Just go with the flow. And honestly, sometimes, guys, it's just great just to be yourself, have fun, relax, chill, and just get a little crazy. And with some of the P3 family, it goes a little bit further than just a little.
Sorry.
But my microphone just broke itself off. That's cool. Okay.
You were beating it earlier. There's a reason why it broke off. Hell no.
That's true.
You gave up.
You know what? Hold on. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So I think I also have another record here, Robert, for the most technical issues. You should have saw it earlier. Squeakers was there. What was it? My internet cut off like what, 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 times when we were backstage. It's like, what?
First time it threw me and him off, and then the second time it just threw him off.
The second time I was like, all right, that's it. I'm getting the bat. But I want to say, let's see who we got here real quick. So DNTV, what is going on? Thank you so much for joining us.
Everybody.
Thank you so much for allowing us to stream. I'm assuming that's our boy Drew. And our boy Raymond. Yeah, we got
Hello.
Raymond, our brother. Alex, what's up? How you doing tonight? And that's kind of the point. Alex. We try. Mama D, what is going on? How are you tonight? RJ, welcome back. Holy crap. Oh, there you guys go. Starting with the chat again. Here we go. Sherry, how are you? Welcome back. Because where it cuts off. I could have had an even longer. I could be like our boy Brian and have that 10-minute intro. If you guys watch Through the Lens, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Marcus, what's up? Minnesota Spirit Hunter founder. What's up, brother? Thank you. If you guys were wondering where the P3 video came from and you want to talk about the length of it, that's the man to speak with. Tanner, what is up? How are you tonight, brother? Where the H is lurker. He is lurking at work. Mm-hmm. But guys, we have 2 amazing guests. And honestly, I've been waiting to get some good old boys on here, and we got some good old boys. Squeakers, you know who's backstage. Are you excited?
I am excited. I know them through them supporting and sponsoring us. So I'm excited to actually finally really get to talk to them. I've talked to Robert a little bit. I don't remember if I talked to Brian.
We're gonna change that. We're gonna change that tonight. So with that being said, guys, help me welcome from Pee Dee Region Paranormal and multiple other things, which we'll talk about, our boy Robert Humphreys. Told him to David. I love it. And our boy Brian Horton. What is
Hi.
Up?
How you doing?
I don't know yet.
Boy, that voice got deep.
Yeah. Speaking of deep, I don't want to know that, Marcus. Come on, man. This is a family show. No, Marcus is getting done with work. Marcus works too much. Guys, how you doing?
Great.
Oh, man, we're doing awesome, bro.
Welcome to the show, finally.
Our pleasure, man. Our pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Glad to be here.
So, first and foremost, I want to ask, and I'm sure some of viewers who may not have heard of you, who are still living under that rock. Pee Dee, cool name. Where'd it come from?
Pee Dee Region Paranormal came from actually both of our heads. We were throwing so many names out. He was running a group called Ghost Commander Paranormal here in North Carolina. I was running Carolina Paranormal Rescue in South Carolina. And every time I go to an investigation on my behalf, 20 team members and 2 show up.
I know
It
that
just
feeling.
drama after drama after drama. I couldn't depend on them. And I ran into Brian's wife one night at a friend of mine's house, and she was like, "Hey, Rob, you still into the paranormal stuff?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am, I sure am." Brian is too. You need to get in touch with him. I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went home and I called Brian, and next thing I know, he was knocking on my front door. "Come on, let's sit on the porch. We got to talk." And about an hour later, Pee Dee Region Paranormal was formed.
That is
So
awesome.
we took my
That
group,
was it.
his group, we merged them together. We set up our goals and what we wanted to accomplish as a team, and we built the team from there. And since the merger, we've been going strong. I think this is going on year number 6, Brian, for
I
PD.
believe so.
That's awesome.
That is. And so how many investigations do you guys have as PD under your belt?
Oh God,
Shit.
at least 100 or more.
That's awesome. So very active team. Very active team. That is awesome. And it's funny. That's the power of networking, guys. If you're a team just starting out, this is what networking does. I mean, we talk about para unity, we talk about working with all these wonderful groups. That's what it'll do to you right then and there. If you need help, if you need some assistance, if you even want to merge teams, nothing wrong with that. Because look at these old boys.
That's it.
They're doing it right. So how long have you both been in the field?
This November will mark 28 years for me.
Probably about the same for me as well. We both started about the same time.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So then, speaking of, what got you guys into it?
Go ahead, bro.
Well, what got me into it, really, I think I was born into it, to be honest with you. But, in school, I'd find myself going to the library and just checking out books on supernatural things, crazy stuff. I was a crazy kid, but that's what got me sparked in it. And then, being at my grandparents' house when they passed away, sensing them there and, looking at me and things sparked my interest. And after that, man, I've been nonstop rocking and rolling.
There you go. And for those younger viewers who don't know what a library is, it's a house that has a lot of books. And back in the day, we used to go there. And if you wonder what books are, we got some here. Hold on. This is our Google back then. This was Google. But we had different pages of Google. See?
You touched your book. She's going to come walking down the stairs in a minute.
I feel a disturbance. So watch my hair. If you see my hair starting to stand up. But no, I couldn't resist. So that's cool though that your library had paranormal books.
Oh yeah, back then it was like Nancy Roberts and unknown names, but they like legends and stuff in North Carolina. They sparked the interest, so that's what got me started.
That was one of the first books I read, Legends and Honings of North Carolina. One of the first books that I ever actually read all the way through to front to back.
Yeah. That's kind of cool because I know here in PA they didn't have that. That's all taboo. Well, wait, hold on.
We had
I correct my statement. The one in my hometown didn't. What the? Spuzzle. I think I was going to the wrong library. Spuzzle is literally like 15-20 minutes away from me here in PA.
Yeah.
Our one here in town. You don't have any paranormal. It was all religious based. It was all like whatever the Bible said is what it said, and that's what it was.
We had books about extraterrestrial and everything, man.
The only thing extraterrestrial was our one librarian. She was kind of weird. No, she was no. See, y'all think I'm playing? Actually, where was that? Somebody says that. Alex said that. No, seriously, y'all think you think I'm playing? I'm not playing. You would sit there, and she would be just standing there looking at something. And you would go to her left or right behind her, and you'd look up, and she'd just be right back at you, locked eyes and everything. And then she'd slowly look back down, and then you'd go somewhere else. You'd go upstairs, and then it was weird. And you wouldn't hear her move. You wouldn't hear footsteps or her shuffling because it was all wooden floors. You wouldn't hear anything like that. But anyway.
I used to think about
At least you didn't try eating a bag of chips in there.
Actually,
about that was my elementary school principal.
So Robert, what about you, brother? What got you? What was your defining
What really
moment?
got me started was whenever I was very young. I went and stayed the night a lot with my grandparents because my grandma, my dad, mom worked all the time, And, you know, they wouldn't get home in time enough to get us up to go to school. So I had to stay with my grandma. And you'd be sleeping at her house and you'd feel something run across the bed. You look, nothing's there. She had no animals. She had no cats, dogs, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You would catch shadows out the corners of your eyes. And, you know, I was always interested. And when I asked her about it, she just like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Well, one night I went and stayed the night with my uncle up in the country. I mean, way out in the country. And
deep woods.
Yeah, real deep. So deep, you had to have a half a tank of gas to get to town, then another half to get back. That's how far out he lived.
What one of those? Once you start hearing the banjos, you got there.
That's pretty much.
Okay, gotcha.
And me and my cousin Melissa and Sean, we were all sitting there watching TV with my uncle, and my aunt was asleep in her bedroom. And you know, the house was so old it didn't even have doors; it just had doorways. Mm-hmm. So she took an old heated blanket and she pinned it to the door and kind of made her a privacy door. You know, we sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden this curtain just rises up like somebody walks out, and it goes back down. And I'm looking, and she never came out, and I'm like, "What the hell?" I look over at my cousins, and both of their eyes look like saucers. You know, they're like, my uncle's over there. Yeah. My uncle was over there smiling, and I'm like, what the hell was that? He was like, don't worry about it. That's just George. Who the hell is George? Then he goes to tell me about the history of the house and the guy who built the house. And it fascinated me, you know. And then I got in my mind, well, if this guy is passed away and this house meant this much to him that he don't even want to leave it, he's dead, who else is around here? So, you know, Mom, I know what I want for Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? I want a cell phone with a camera. I got one. Now I'm running around the yard and my uncle's house and my grandma's house, and I'm click. Memory full, send it to the computer. Well, send it to the Macintosh. Click, and just trying my best to capture what I can. And it went from there. I mean, when I got my license, everybody kept talking about a graveyard here in mine and Brian's location.
That's what got us hooked right at that place.
And we got together and we're like, let's go check this graveyard out everybody's talking about. We get there and we have our very first paranormal experience while looking for it. Not our very first experience, but the one while you're looking for it. And ever since then, it just bam, we were done. We were hooked.
Okay, so y'all can't just tell a story like that and not tell us what happened in that cemetery, because now I'm curious.
Well, there's a big tree at the back of the cemetery, and it's the only tree in like a 4-acre cemetery. Mm-hmm. And everybody kept telling us, if you go to that tree and you put your hands on it, it feels like a hairy man and it's warm at night. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to debunk this crap. So we go out there, and you can ask Brian, you put your hand on that tree and it's warm as your skin and it feels like a hairy freaking man. And we can't explain it. We cut the lights on, we check it out. We even take laser thermometers and put it on. The tree is like 15, 20 degrees warmer than the air outside.
No kidding.
And, you know, you got to remember, we're 15, 16 years old at this time. So our senses of debunking this stuff and thinking about this stuff was not where it is right now. So to us, that's the coolest thing we ever seen right there. There's a ghost in that freaking tree. And then a couple more stories come out, and this one guy told us, he said, there's a grave back there at the back, and the woman's name was Cynthia something. And she said that if you go back there and you take a unopened bottle of beer and put it on the tombstone and you walk away and come back within 15 minutes, the bottle will be empty, but it'll never be open. Of course, you know us. Hey, we got to find out. Yeah. So we go buy a 6-pack of bottles, and we go back there and we put all 6 of them on the top of that headstone. We leave and we go walk around and take pictures and ask questions and do some EVP sessions or whatever. And we go back up to the vehicles. We have us a smoke and a drink, and we go back down there again. 2 out of the 6 bottles were completely empty. The tops has never been broke off of them.
No kidding.
That was creepy. But note to self, we didn't buy the beer because we weren't old enough. We had somebody else get it for us back.
Yeah, for legal purposes. For legal purposes. Yeah.
So, you know, that got us to the point to where we're questioning everything now. How is this freaking possible? So that's whenever I met my wife at the time, Brian met his, and we just went our separate ways, you know, and I started doing my own thing. He was doing his own thing.
Well, first I married the Navy, and, you know, then got out. Then I got married.
Yeah. But, I started my own thing. My marriage moved me to South Carolina, out of North Carolina, and I got to experience a lot of stuff in South Carolina. Just be careful for the gators if you're ever in South Carolina, because they're terrible.
Mhm.
But we were doing a lot of stuff in South Carolina. It was going great. The team was booming. I mean, I had a good team with me. I'm talking about guys where we can stay out and investigate at 4 o'clock in the morning and get home at 5, and by 7 o'clock, the evidence is on my desk ready to go.
Now
That's how
some
quick
good
they
stuff.
went through. These guys were on it. So we took this team and we ran it. I mean, and it was awesome. But then it got to the point to where people's lives interfered, and they start having children, they start having families, and I understand that completely. But if I call you and give you a 3 weeks notice, hey man, we got a really big investigation. This client's having problems. There's children involved, and it's 3 week notification. And when I get there, and I got me and a case manager,
Yeah.
I still got to do the investigation regardless, and I do.
Of course.
I finished the case,
Of course.
but it got me really upset, that I needed a team I could count on. So whenever Brian's wife approached me and everything, I didn't do anything other than talk to Brian. Everything fell together. It's like it was meant to be. And ever since then, I mean, in North Carolina, and I'm not bragging by no means, but if you ask anybody in North Carolina who Pee Dee Region Paranormal is, they're going to tell you exactly who we are.
And that's awesome. And, that's something that you don't get everywhere. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, because out in San Diego, when I had my team running, everybody knew who San Diego Paranormal Eye was. They knew us, not just by the name, but by the looks. Like we could be walking around with an SDPE shirt. They knew who we were automatically. Now here in Pennsylvania,
what's up, Dakota?
I saw that. I saw Dakota sneaking in. So if you guys haven't checked out, and we're gonna do a little promoting here for you, Dakota is only half of Bald and Bonkers, and I'm still waiting to definitively hear who's who. But if you guys haven't, definitely go check them out. They were just on Through the Lens. Amazing show. They've got
Great
their own
group
show.
of guys.
Absolutely.
And if you want a good laugh, tune into their show.
Yeah. One. What, Squeaks? Oh, Squeaks is going to be back. I thought you were just going one. Okay, so what was that? Oh, she's got Mickey on her side. But Daryl was saying he was, he couldn't sleep, and absolutely.
What's up, Mr. Daryl, DNTV? Lost Souls. Check out Daryl's page too, everybody. Lost Souls Paranormal.
You can check out not just Daryl there, but a lot of great people over there on DNTV. Absolutely. Let's see. There was some. Oh, here it is. So Casey Spuzzle, she's really into nature and herbology and stuff like that.
Right.
She's saying laurel trees are good at holding heat. So if that tree you were talking about is a laurel tree, it
was a willow tree.
A willow. Okay.
It was a willow.
Rebuttal there, Spuzzle.
But at 15 years old, you put your hand on a tree and it's warm and it feels hairy. Your mind's not at paranormal investigator status right then. At 15 years old, you're in, oh hell, this is cool.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay. Mike is here. What's up, Mike? How you doing tonight, man? And Alex, a little bit longer one. That's why I wanted to wait. All right, guys, you got something attached to this show question. Morgan and I just heard a doorknob be turned in our house, and it's just me, her, and the baby. She's in her crib, hopefully the baby. What in the world? Who knows? Maybe something's trying to get your attention.
Alex, he's a part of First Line Paranormal, and great group of investigators. So I have no doubt that he's going to go figure out what that is anyway. So.
Oh, yep. Absolutely.
It could be Pinky and Blue Boy behind me over here somewhere. You never know.
Yeah, it could be. Brian's got some haunted dolls behind him over there.
Oh, you can keep those right down there. I got 3 spirits in the house, at least 3 that we know. Let's see. Never heard of a Willa doing that. So yeah, neat. Okay, Tony, how you doing tonight?
What is up?
And Alex said, nope. We heard it. Check the corner. She wasn't up. Kind of crazy. Huh. Interesting.
Get the camera rolling, Alex. Get the camera rolling.
Mm-hmm. So then you guys have a couple other things going on in your lives. Obviously, the banners behind you two don't say Pee Dee Region Paranormal. I see something that says Paranormal Static.
That's it.
That's
Here's
another
the
whole
thing.
can of worms.
Here's the thing. Well, let's bust that can open because honestly, I've seen your show even before we all started chit chatting, and I was hooked immediately. No pun intended for those fishermen. Can of worms hooked.
Yeah.
I'm in a dad joke mood today, guys. So bear with me. I gotta get it out of my system.
Oh, you're
But
fine.
amazing show.
Thanks, sir.
You guys are funny, informative. You are really accommodating to your guest, very attentive to your audience. So tell us about that. How did Pee Dee get Paranormal Static up and rolling?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We got into a really close friendship and partnership with Global United Paranormal Foundation, and me and Brian has never done a podcast before, and they had us on. I guess it's their flag star show for the group Shadow Zone. And
hello.
Oh shit!
Thank you for choosing Tokram Telephone.
We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh Lord. And that's probably what it is too, because if anybody calls Horton's house phone, it's a ripoff. Because nobody has that number, not even me.
I had my first spam call from Minnesota today. I thought it was one of the hunters, Minnesota Spirit Hunters. I thought it was one of them trying to get a hold of me, and I was like, "Hello," and they're like, "Hello, this is," and I went, "Goodbye." But
you got to play with them, man. You got to let them keep talking and talking until I just hang up on them.
If anybody has young kids, like toddlers, like 5 and younger, I always say it's grandma or grandpa, and I hand my daughter the phone. They're like, "Here, you want to talk to mama? Talk to mama," and they think it's their grandparents. And they'll sit there and just chat away. It's great. Or put them next to a TV, let them listen to TV or the radio.
But yeah, back to Paranormal Static. We were on Shadow Zone, and the episode we were on did really, really good. Hey, Kara. And everybody seemed to be interested in what we had going on. And so Brian James got to talking to me, and he was like, "Man, you and Brian were really good on the show. Y'all did excellent. You wasn't afraid to talk. You kind of helped us not have dead silence." He said, y'all make a good podcast. So I got to talking to Brian about it, and me and Brian had actually been talking about it for several years now. We just didn't know how to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. And whenever they introduced me to StreamYard, I showed it to Brian, and Brian was like, "Click, click, click. Okay, now we got one." I'm like, "Dang, that quick?" He was like, "Oh, hell, hold on. Let me upgrade it so we 1080p." And I'm like, "Dang." So he's on it. He was like, "We can stream to 8 locations. Now your job is to go find where we're going to stream to." So
see, I know Brian Laverty. We all know our boy Brian, Mr. Parapost himself. He's a melon guy. Melon does not, or melon or my cameras do not like melon. But StreamYard, I don't know. I'm comfortable with it. I like StreamYard. But so then I think I remember that episode. It was it just after he shut down Spokane Ghost Crew, or was it?
It was about 3 months in, maybe 4 months into Global.
The Shadow Zone.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I know I saw you guys with him, and then I know shortly after I got the invite to see your show, and ever since, again, amazing show. So there's some other things that you guys are involved in, but before we get to that, let's check out. By the way, Kara is actually another Minnesota Spirit Hunter, another one of our P3 family members.
Awesome.
But Daryl wants to know, where would you say the best state to investigate that is just jam-packed full of places?
I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, I'm going to have to go with Virginia, dude.
Yep.
I would have to partially agree. And the only reason why I say that, partially, Virginia has the history. Definitely has the history.
And the locations.
Yep.
But honestly, Daryl, I think to me, it depends on what you're looking for.
It does.
What kind of setting? Especially in the paranormal field. Because when you say paranormal, it could be, for me, anything. It could be Bigfoot, UFOs, ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to. But it depends on what you want to do. Like, if you, like, I saw your comment about the Queen Mary. Now, Southern California has, trust me, a lot of great places, an absolutely lot of great places. And I've investigated the Queen Mary, Cosmopolitan Hotel, Casa de Studio, Whaley House, the USS Midway. I've been all over. And, oh, yeah, there's no way I was not hitting the Midway. and not to mention the Maritime Museum down there.
It's
in
kind
San
of
Diego.
funny. It would have been weird for me and you both from San Diego at the same time. Just didn't know it at Broadstone to get together at this point.
You know, wouldn't that have been something? And yes, folks, if you're new to the show, tangents are very, very plentiful. It's by the way, Emmy, if you're still watching PDX, if you're still watching, I sent you a friend on the P3 program. Emmy's big claim is tangents and ADHD with squirrels.
Mm.
There's a squirrel literally like right on the roof, like 10 feet from me, hopped up onto a branch. So I sent her a picture. But no, wouldn't that have been something though, Brian?
Yep.
If you and I would have been same place, same time. You just saw like SDPE, and you're like, hey, let's check that out. That would have been so cool.
I'm kind of glad I didn't get to investigate in California because every piece of equipment I touched would have gave me cancer.
You get off the plane and they just hand it out to you, man. Out there in SoCal, you don't know what's going to give you cancer out there, and half the time you don't even care.
Yeah, it just kills me because everything I buy in North Carolina, if you read the bottom of every label you buy in California, it causes cancer. But it don't over here. It's kind of curious.
Just in California. Actually, you guys were talking about the beer bottles in the cemetery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I don't know if you know this, and Robert definitely looked this up. There is a cemetery in Old Town San Diego right next to the Whaley House. Well, excuse me, down the street. It's called a Campo Santo. There is an unknown German soldier buried in that cemetery. The original cemetery was all the way across the whole road. So it used to be huge and easily findable. If you just look up the Whaley House on Google Maps, you can just find it. And I heard a legend that you put a lit cigarette on the one side, just the one side of this cross of this unknown German, he will smoke with you. I was like, there ain't no way. No way. I was like, I can debunk this real easy. And they're like, well, my team's like, well, how can you debunk this? I said, well, every cigarette now, and it's very true, guys. So if you smoke, I don't condone it. I'm trying to quit myself. Take a black light to a cigarette. You will see markings all over that cigarette. That is a chemical that puts cigarettes out if they're not hit. So I was like, easy debunk. Set it down. I'll be damned if I didn't see that guy smoke the whole thing. And I was like, okay, there's got to be wind or something. Something's got to be doing this. I must have gone many times to try to debunk this until I saw the cigarette literally lift up like this off the back, ash itself, and drop back down slowly. I was like, can't debunk that.
Nope.
Christopher, what's up, man? How you doing tonight?
Christopher Keith, what's up, brother? He is the team manager of Pee Dee Region Paranormal Ohio Division.
Oh, that's the Christopher y'all were telling me about.
Yep.
So, Christopher, you haven't already, good sir. Look me up. You might be getting a visitor. Let's see. What else we got over here? Tony. You guys got Alcatraz. That's your claim. Sam Thomas, how are you? Nice to have you here. Welcome. Emmy's still here. Let's see. Okay. We'll catch up here in just a sec. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Rick Horton Pops. That is a senior manager.
I was gonna say, and I'm hearing through the grapevine, little birdie told me that he's being very fashionable. Recently.
Yeah.
Him and his fedoras.
Fedora. The hand talking.
Oh, he's a hand talker?
Yeah.
There you
go. With a fedora and gloves. You gotta have his gloves.
Oh crap. So we got two fedorable people. That is awesome. Yep. So one of the things I like to ask people who have shows is, what is your most memorable guest? Not your most famous, but your most memorable guest on your show so far.
I would probably have to go with Pee Dee.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was my favorite show that I've done so far. No offense to any of my other guests. No. I love you all.
Of course not.
But Pee Dee she's so down to earth and bubbly, and she's awesome.
I agree. I've spoken with Pee Dee several times.
And she got Tank blushing in the background too. So I mean.
Yeah. She was even trying to get Tank to ask her questions, and he was just sitting there like, they don't ask them all.
Wait, what's this? The show. They've got a few ones. Which theory in particular? I think we all missed something.
Somebody asked a question about
here we go.
portals.
Do you believe portals to hell theory? Gentlemen, you're the guest.
I'm going to say it like this, and this might ruffle some feathers, but it's the honest God feeling that I have. If I don't have the evidence to put in front of you to show you that it exists, then it remains a theory to me. If I can't prove it, I can't fully say I believe in it.
Very well spoken.
Absolutely. See, here's the beautiful thing, and I've said this several times on my show, and I'll continue to say this. What I love about our field is every theory out there is correct. Anything can be a theory. Anything is possible in our field. And the reason why is because our field is not an exact science. If it was, then we would have figured out what happens after death. We're still trying to figure all that out. So, prime example, folks, and I know some of you are going to get mad at me. Don't care. Joys of being a solo. I don't have a team rep. I don't care. But you don't like me? Go somewhere else. Bye. But I could tell you that in my 16 years, every ghost is purple. It's the color purple. Can either one of you prove me right? Nope. Can you prove me wrong? Nope. Beautiful theory. And that's not to that extreme. You all right?
She's thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking.
She just went from smiling to thinking
That's
about the biscuits. Anyway, the biscuits
No.
with KFC.
No.
Long story.
As long as she ain't up trying to open a beer.
It would have to be a coconut, straight from Canada. By the way, Brian Laverty, if you ever come down, please bring me one. I'll pay you for it. I miss them. They're so good straight from over there.
Actually, Daryl, absolutely. Anything is possible as paranormal ghosts are humans with absolutely. So, and that's the other thing too. It's we technically, if you guys really think about it, we technically don't know 100% what spirits are.
That's right. I mean, look at what Brian Horton asked me just the other day, a question, and I'm going to ask you the same question, Matt, because I can't answer him.
All right.
How do you know that the spirits ain't hunting us?
You don't. You don't. You don't. And you guys have heard of the multiverse theory, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, who's to say that the spirits that we are experiencing isn't just bleed over from another reality that's very close to ours? Or here's another one. What if it's a time theory? What if it's a theory that since time is relative, what if it's just our past reliving over and over and over? It's creating each second is a new theory, or is a new reality being created.
Well, see, we've opened so many questions about time. And we actually, if you go back and watch the episode we did with Mike Goncalves of the Tennessee Rape Chasers on Paranormal Static, we talked about that. And it's a common question we get. How do you know that our time zone versus the other spirit realm time zone are equal? How do you know we don't ask the question right now and you might get an answer 6 hours from now back to your question? You know, because we don't know the time difference. We don't know what time. They might not even have a time zone period, you know, but we don't know the time differences between us and them. That's why we always say when you're doing an EVP session and you ask the question, be silent for a while. Give them time. They don't have enough energy to just, oh, yeah, well, here's your answer. It don't work that way.
And like Matt was saying with that, what he was saying, it's like, say, for instance, we've been in a place several times investigating. Who's to say we're not there investigating, but from the past, it's us investigating us.
Yeah, very well could, because we are making imprints.
Yep.
We are making emotional, spiritual imprints. So
that's it.
An energy imprint. So it's very possible. Or you can look at the matrix theory. And again, guys, if you notice, there's a little bit of a trend, and all these we're talking about have that word theory, which means nothing's proven. It's not, okay, this is what it is. It's a theory. This is an idea that was created, and it's gaining popularity, basically.
Yeah, I mean, if I could prove it, then our whole field is no more. Period.
Well, that makes for some boring shows.
I know, right? We'd have to go into comedy, I guess.
Yeah.
Too late. So before we get on to Parafam Studios and Paratech, I want to hit this one that Alex said because I really like this. I think there is definitive spirit worlds. There could be portals. Some people find crazy EMF fluctuations only in particular spots.
I could piggyback off of that, and I can agree with you to a point, Alex. But you got to remember, just because you're getting high EMF in certain spots, there's so many aspects you got to look at: ley lines, electrical lines underground, electrical lines overhead, equipment laying around, electricity running through with the location that you're in. There's just so many unknowns you have to think about. I mean, it's a proven fact. When the moon hits a certain phase, it throws off an energy field.
Yep.
So you got to pay attention to the moon phases as well as everything else you have to pay attention to. So it's a big genre you got to really watch.
Solar flares, all that good stuff. And that's the beautiful thing. And like I said, that's why I love this field, because anybody can have a theory and anybody could be right, anybody could be wrong. But that's where networking, there's that word again, and Paraunity come in, because I've said this so many times. I think that ultimate question that we're trying to figure out is what happens is only going to happen if every piece, us, work together and we make that jigsaw puzzle complete. That's when it's going to happen. When we start all working together collaboratively, collectively, that's when it's going to happen. But until then,
that conversation. They like the conversations, and I think the more conversations you have about them, the more they just kind of are like, hey, wait a minute, they understand us, and they try to show themselves more.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, look at us when we're on investigations, and any paranormal team out there can vouch for this. When we're in there and we got our equipment and we're a gung-ho dead set on getting this evidence, we might not catch nothing. But the minute that we go back to the room where we got our equipment and we bullshit and we stand there laughing, joking, having a drink and talking, we catch our best stuff then when we're not trying.
Yep.
Exactly.
And it's even proven there in the shows as well. Some of the shows. And I know a lot of them you take for a grain of salt, but when I was starting out, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually used and still use the ghost hunters, taps. Used the first 4 seasons. I used the first 4 seasons to train my investigators because they were doing it correctly to a point. They were asking the right questions. They had the right tone about it. They joked around. They had fun. They set up camera angles perfectly, and they explained it exactly. They went into full detail on how everything was. And I used it for training. And I have caught some of my best evidence just BSing with my group.
That's it.
And that's why I'm not a fan of a lot of these shows anymore, because they're all like by the book, so to speak. Like, it's all professionalism. No, screw that, man. Have fun, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, like we did at the Battleship. I don't know. Did you guys catch that live stream of the Battleship we did? USS North Carolina?
I don't think I did.
I don't know.
Oh, bye.
So.
What's up, Chad Smith?
Yeah, I saw you sneak in.
Yeah, the Battleship, man, that place is awesome. We had a great time. What the hell?
What are you doing?
It's my anxiety stick.
Oh, I thought it was like a pencil or something. It's
I thought she was snipping cinnamon over there.
Like what?
Ooh, that'd be good.
I've had really bad anxiety the last 3 or 4 days, so I got one of these, and it soaks up like oil, incense, and stuff like that. And this one's fresh linen, so I was like,
okay,
and see if I calm down a bit.
Brian, you're making her nervous.
That'd be a first.
I was like hoping it wasn't that big enough to be seeable, but apparently I was wrong. So.
Actually, Alex said you watched part of it. I'm so sorry, but you were laughing almost the entire room. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, Brian, you know Navy a little bit.
Yeah,
we like to have fun. Us sailors, we like to enjoy ourselves.
Oh yeah,
and they're not going to respond. I mean, I went in at first, and Squeakers, you were hosting, which you did a great job, by the way. If anybody hasn't seen that, and
I screwed up a lot, though. That was one of my first times.
Fine. The only one who really screwed up was Fedora, but that's for another story.
I
But
missed a lot.
he stole my show. Him and Leafoot. But I went in there militant. I called for muster, general quarters. I had a couple of the incoming sirens playing. I had the Navy anthem playing. I had a bunch of different things. And even Anchors Away I had playing.
Oh no.
But then, oh yeah, yes. And I tried to play the CB song, but I couldn't find just the right version I wanted. So I did Aerial Incoming.
Oh Lord.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you though, that general quarters call, like when we done it kind of like the medical area. I had the 2 detached speakers, one in the hall, the other in the hall,
Hooked to the same device.
Same device, and it. I mean, when it went off, I mean, activity picked up like crazy.
And he was getting different saying. Now these 2 speakers are hooked to the same recorder, and we're getting different responses coming out of this speaker versus this speaker. 2 different voices coming through the same device.
Wow.
Y'all might be needing to. We need to get together. We need to get something going for the battleship. But
next time you go, Matt, when you get in the officers area, jump against what's like, make way.
Not me.
I
just yell, make a hole. Make a hole.
Before you abort, before you get on the ship, do like Brian did. Brian, when he got right to the edge of the ship, he stopped and he asked for permission to aboard. And when he did that, we started getting EVPs right then on the deck.
Mm-hmm. It was funny. The first thing I did was I looked for the ensign. There's that little walkway around.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to find out where they had the ensign because as soon as I got to the end of the gangplank, I stopped, popped to attention, respectfully request permission to board, popped my salute, saluted the ensign again, turned back, and then I went and I did the same thing leaving.
Yep.
Not to mention I was wearing my veterans with my national defense ribbon. But
nice.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I wanted to go full World War II, but I wasn't paying $600 for a CB uniform for World War II. Screw that. But before we talk about Parafam, because I am very, very interested in Parafam and Paratech. What's up, Chad? I'll say it again.
What's up,
Smith? For those of you who don't know, somebody had a show and was guest on the Chad Smith podcast, and she did a phenomenal job, but neglected to tell anybody, so we didn't get a chance to promote it properly.
Oh, I'm sure Chad. I'm sure Chad promoted it good.
I was just quiet as mouth.
No, I just wanted to give her crap all the time. But seriously, guys, head over to Chad Smith. He's got a lot of really great people. I was on there, and Chad, we still need to talk. Are you two too?
Yeah, we was on the show.
Great host.
We had a ball, man. I ain't lying. Some great guys.
When I was on, I was actually on my way down to the USS North Carolina, and I felt bad because I kept going in and out of cell towers. So we'd talk for like 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, gone. Oh, all right. Wait 5 minutes, come back on. Hey, how you doing? Oh, boom, gone. So, but I also need to still chat with you, Mr. Chad Smith, to get y'all on the show. But anyway. So I want to talk about Paratech first because some people already know about Parafam Studios. Paratech, how did that start? What is it? Can you go in a little detail?
Paratech come about whenever we joined with Global. Me and Brian has been making our own equipment since the beginning because we've never been in a financial situation where we can just, hey, let's go to Go Stop and buy what we want.
Yeah.
So, we do it a different way. We go and research it and find out what it does and what makes it work and what makes it tick. And we order the parts and then I experiment till I get it right. And that's how it started. Yeah. And then whenever I met Eldon and Brian and Global United, they were having some issues with some equipment they were buying from people that was not trustworthy at all. And I called it out. And, just like a K2 meter, I can sit here and do a whole 1 hour segment on a K2 meter and have people hating my guts, but the truth is welcome. But I just kind of showed them some of the equipment that I built. And Brian is the brains of a lot of it because he'll come up with a design and he'll call me out of the blue, 7, 8 o'clock at night. Hey, man, I got an idea for a piece of equipment. What if we can make this do this, this, and this? And then I'm scratching my head the rest of the night, like, how in the world can I put that into action? And 2 days later, we got a brand new piece of equipment we got to try out in the next investigation. That's how Paratech started. whenever I met Eldon and them, Eldon was like, man, with the knowledge that you guys have with this equipment and the way y'all experiment and make things work and y'all trying new stuff, he said, why hog that to yourself? Put it out there to the public, man. He said, not just because it'll make you money, which we don't care nothing about. It would help advance other teams. And that's where he caught me, is when he said other teams, because that's what we're all about. We're about 100%. Helping other teams. So Paratech is not a place where you can go buy paranormal equipment. And I'll put that out there. It's not that place where you can buy a K2 meter or a recorder or stuff like that. But what Paratech is it's going to be a place where you can go and you can purchase a piece of equipment that has never been in the field before. And you can take this piece of equipment and you can buy it and you can put it in the field and you can test it, you can use it, and you can see the results for yourself. And if you are not satisfied with that piece of equipment, ain't no problem. Send it back to me and I'll give you your money back.
And you said never before seen in the field, so cue lurker.
Come on,
every time you say equipment that's never been seen in the field, lurker always pops up. That's our boy, the unconventional.
He seriously is very underestimated. He does a really excellent job at creating creations for tools for the paranormal. And I've seen some of his work, and I can't say what he's working on, but it's going to be pretty epic.
Well, it's like one we're working on right now. We've been working on it for what, Brian? 3 months, 4 months now? And I still hadn't got it right, but we're using it. Mm-hmm. And I'm working the bugs every time we use it. But you see people using a SB7, SB11, or a Portal, and they got these little Hack Shack AM/FM radios hooked to it, which I have nothing against. And you get a word every once in a while that you cannot explain, just like you'll get a cuss word. There ain't no radio station around here going to allow a cuss word to be aired. So, you can catch paranormal activity on this. I'm not doubting it by no means. But there's a thing called frequency that people don't understand. Everything has a frequency. Even your human body has a frequency. The rock laying in my backyard has its own frequency. Everything has a frequency. Okay. Every single paranormal team out there is using the same exact frequencies to try to catch spirits. Mm-hmm. Well, that's where Paratech's thinking outside the box. Okay. Y'all using from, say, AM/FM radio starts at 82 megahertz or 79 megahertz, and it goes to like 108 megahertz. Everybody's still using that frequency range to try to catch spirits. Okay. So our thought is, let's go beyond that. Let's go below that. Let's go above that. Let's get to where you cannot hear no radio station. You cannot hear a TV station. You can't hear CB radios, amateur ham radios. We're going beyond those frequencies, and that's what we're doing right now. Last investigation, I set up a recorder, and you can ask Brian. I had it recording between 45 and 60 megahertz. Now, that is 2 steps below AM/FM radio. We sitting there and we hook it to the Portal that I built, and we're listening to it. And Brian actually has on headphones hooked to a live review recorder. And we get to asking questions, and all of a sudden Brian just kind of looks at me like, what the hell? And I'm like, what's the matter? He just took his headphones off, pulled it out, played it back, said, listen to this. F 7 times. We got the F word 7 times in a row.
It was being a little bit of a ferocious ghost there.
So the big question, though, with that piece of equipment, and Robert, you're going to understand because you've said this before, but I wanted to ask the annoyance that, like, the SB7, and for those who love the SB7s, sorry, but with that new piece of equipment with the new frequencies and stuff, do you get the annoying
no,
with that?
You get complete. Tell them, Brian, it is complete silence.
Well, so how does that work without the white noise then?
Because they're not communicating through white noise. They're communicating through frequency. That's what people fail to realize. It has nothing to do with the white noise. If it could work with white noise, why don't we carry around an old analog TV and just plug it in and cut the volume up?
That's a good point.
I'll leave that to y'all. I hate
That's a good point.
I'll carry the rabbit ears, but I ain't carrying.
I mean, it just people's trying to dive into the technical side of it, and that's why I was so excited about the podcast that we had to cancel last night with Barry Fitzgerald. Barry Fitzgerald is one of these guys who really got me intrigued into what I do. Agreed. Whenever he was on Ghost Hunters International, they using regular cameras with night vision. Mm-hmm. He didn't accept that. No, I don't accept that. That could be the camera glitching. That could be the green lens in there. He didn't accept it. So he come out with full spectrum. He's the one that brought it to the field. I'm not saying he invented it, but he brought it to our field. So whenever I seen him come out with a full spectrum camera, my first instinct was, how in the heck did he do that? So I go to our equipment case. You can ask Brian, and I'll pull the camera out, and I'm sitting there with 10,000 parts on my desk. And I'm like, let me try this. So I start taking shit out. And eventually I found out what he did. And I put it back together, and we've been using it ever since.
See, and that's the thing, guys. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to be, certified and all this stuff. You want to do stuff like this? This field is open for everybody and anybody to do whatever you want to do. Find your passion and run with it.
That's it. There's no wrong way. There's no right way. If there was a right way, they'd be teaching it, and they're not. I mean,
exactly.
The whole paranormal field, like Matt said earlier, I'm gonna jump on that. It's a theory. Everything is theoretical. Mm-hmm. If you have a right way to do it, there'd be a manual somewhere I could buy, like Ghost Hunting for Dummies. Here you go.
Well, that is out there. That exact title. Yeah.
Zach Bagans wrote one.
I was just gonna say it's written. It's written by the person. It all. I was just gonna say it's targeting. It was written by the same person that it's targeting. Anyway,
yeah. Do you see the hair on my arm?
It's a demon.
Hey, Robert, I'm gonna need you to go to the basement by yourself. Why go sit out at the base command?
All right, and then the whole time I'm in there, I'm gonna piss myself and scream like a girl.
I was just gonna say
that. as long as nobody has dude run syndrome, I think we'll be all right.
Look, so I'm gonna do that next time. I'm going live at St. Albans. I'm like on the Green Highway, dude. Run! I'm gonna take off hauling ass, running down the hallway.
I can tell you one who won't run after you.
As long as it's on camera. Nah.
If Robert runs, that's a good reason. Or if I'm running, Robert can follow me. I'm running for a good reason. I ain't running for my health.
I tell you what, there was one night me and Brian was investigating Colonel Abel Cobb's tomb from the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
And we kept hearing some sounds. We didn't know what it was. We were hearing it with our ear, not our equipment. So Brian kept looking at me. I don't know what that is. I said, let's walk down there a little closer to it, see if we can figure it out. We get probably a good, Brian, 150 yards away from the truck.
Yep.
And we out in the middle of a field now with one tomb in the middle of it. Trees all the way around. We get to the edge of the tree line, and there stands a pack of coyotes. Ooh. I turn, Brian's like, that's coyotes. By the time he said coyotes, I'm already back to the truck with my pistol and saying, get out of my way so I can shoot. They hadn't even moved yet. So don't never say fat boy can't run.
See,
fat boy can run.
I ran into a mountain lion one night out investigating out here. And it's like, oddly enough, we started calling it Big Kitty Cemetery after that night. But yeah, that was not cool. But I want to actually hit, before we go to our commercial break, on what Daryl just said. He is running with his passion, and it's led me to make really good friends in the paranormal. And again, it goes back to networking. And speaking of networking and really good friends, we have an amazing group of friends and family in this field. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to, of course, we all know him, we all love him, Brian J. Laverty, for Parapost, for allowing not just myself, but many, many others a chance to get their podcasts out there, to stream to have fun. And if you guys haven't already, seriously, go check out Parapost. I can't stress this enough. All you got to do is go to your
spin it on around. He's spinning on around.
There it is. There's Para. There's Para. We're all gonna get one. I'm getting one. I'm definitely.
I want one.
And if you guys seriously haven't already, go to your app store. Android, iOS, doesn't matter. Search Parapost. You will just see our girl, boy. Did we ever get definitive, Robert? If Para's a boy or girl?
That's a girl.
Girl? Okay. You'll find her just chilling. Download it. It's free, guys. Free. That's my language.
And it's as simple as just putting in your name, your name or your username, and an email. And was it a phone number too, or no phone number?
No, just a username, email, and password.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And write down your password.
What app are you using?
Just don't do what I did. Brian, I forgot my password again.
What app are you using? For phone numbers.
She must be on ghostonly.com.
Para OnlyFans. But no, seriously, if you guys want to network, if you're just starting in the field or whether you're seasoned, as I like to say, in this field, go check it out. You will meet new friends. You will meet new family. You will see new locations, new equipment, new techniques, new styles. You'll learn something every time you go on there. And if you do not want to download the app, or if you're like me and don't have a lot of space on your phone, parapost.net. You can still sign up. You can do it on your tablet, phone. Doesn't matter. But definitely check them out.
That's what it's all about, is networking. And to these teams out there that's new, or even to the seasoned veterans who's been here for a long time like us, don't be ashamed to reach out. Don't be ashamed to send us a message and ask questions or get us to help you with something or advice, anything. If you got an idea for a piece of equipment, shoot it to us. We'll give you the props on it if we get it built. I mean, we're not like that. We just want to make the field better for everybody.
We're just showing the love,
100%, and that's what it's about. And speaking of sharing some love, I want to thank, obviously, Global. We all know Global. Our boys Eldon and Brian over there, Brian James, showing them some love. But it's being one of the shows, or one of my sponsors. Love those guys. They're fully supportive. Go check out Global United Paranormal Foundation. Also, go check out Ghost Energy Drink. If you guys haven't, they have some amazing flavors. Absolutely amazing. And they just celebrated their 6th birthday. So congratulations to Ghost on your 6th birthday. And as you guys are sharing this out, please use hashtag Legend of the Week.
They're really good guys, but I can't have them back to back anymore. I went a little crazy.
No, I allow a lot of things on my show, but Squeakers having 2 Ghost Energy drinks, no. I will not allow that.
That was a bad idea.
So, but guys, we're going to be going to a quick commercial break. So when we come back, we're going to be talking to Pee Dee about the Parafam Studios. And what's really cool about Parafam Studios, you'll see it in a minute, because we're starting off with the Global Ghost Hunt teaser. Well, a trailer, actually. Now it's not even a teaser anymore. I'm so used to it. Now it's a trailer. We finally did it, guys. We made it. We made it to the trailer.
Finally.
Right? So, guys, sit back, relax, don't go anywhere, because you will not want to miss what's coming up next.
Daryl, try the watermelon.
Strawberry. Bubblicious.
Commercial. Welcome back, everybody. So let's start talking about Parafam Studios. And the reason why is because y'all saw two sections of Parafam's little talents, we'll just say. So just so you guys know, the Global Ghost Hunt trailer now, I keep wanting to say teaser, was someone's brainchild. They had a couple of input from others and everything like that, but the main mastermind behind it is right there in the corner, just relaxing like a boss. Not to mention the Parapost commercial side of it and the Ghost Energy. It was all done by him. So I gotta ask, why Parafam Studios? What is Parafam Studios? What's it about?
Well, Parafam Studios started out as what we were calling the relationship we had with Global United Paranormal Foundation. Eldon, I can't take all the credit because Eldon was right there with me every step of the way on all those videos. He was my supporter. He was helping me find pictures, music. I mean, he helped me all the way through it. So, Eldon, thank you for that. And you do get the recognition you deserve.
Absolutely.
And then me and Eldon got to talking, and everybody can't understand the relationship between Global and Pee Dee. I get it all the time. Are you Pee Dee or are you Global? And to make it simple, I'm both. Brian's both. Pee Dee and Global is a family. Literally, we're related. We are a family. And, just like whenever I introduced the word Parafam to the studios, people was like, well, that's cool. That's the same thing as Para-Unity. In a way, I agree 100%, but in a way, it's a little bit different. I look at Para-Unity sometimes, especially in this field, and no disrespect to y'all because y'all make a really good go out of Para-Unity. I'm proud of all of y'all with the P3 and everybody. But with Para-Unity over on the East Coast where we're at, it's got tarnished. It's got stepped on. People has really made it a word you don't even care to hear no more.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Horton actually come to me one day and said, you know what? We're not going to use Para-Unity no more. He even made a page. We got a page out there called Para-Unity, Carolina Para-Unity. Brian made that page. We don't even use it. It's out there, but we don't even use it.
I've been out for what, 3 or 4 years now?
Yeah. And Brian come to me one day. He said, I think we should just start calling it Parafam. Reason behind the word Parafam is, for instance, say, Matt, you and Squeaker, y'all work together. That's it. Y'all just work together. At the end of the day, when you finish your job and you hit that clock to go home, that's the end of that relationship. Y'all go home and you do your own separate things. We'll see you tomorrow at work. That's the way people use Para-Unity over here.
Yep.
So with Para-Family, it's different because you never hit that time clock. Mm-hmm. Even when you go home, you're on the phone. Hey, you good? You need anything? You all right? And it turns it into family. And that's what Parafam is all about. We are a big family. And anybody, you ain't got to be blood. You ain't got to be family. You ain't got to be nothing. Anybody can be a part of Parafam. Anybody. All you got to do is, number one, be respectful. And number two, share everybody's stuff. Help each other any way they need it. You know what I mean? Anyway, and not just in the paranormal field or the podcast field. Just say, for instance, you talk to Matt and Matt just sounds, you can hear it in his voice. He's not having a good day. Something's wrong. You don't know how much a phone call to Matt saying, hey, man, you just didn't sound right earlier. Are you sure you okay, man? Anything you need to talk about? That could change somebody's life. That could take somebody away from a suicidal depression state into a, hey, somebody gives a shit about me mood. You know what I mean? That's what Parafam is centered around.
So to all of my P3 family members, you're right here, so you get it right face to face. Sound a little familiar? Sound a little familiar? That's the whole reason, and I love it. I absolutely love Parafam. I love it, guys. I'm gonna say here right live that I love it because that's exactly why I started P3.
Well,
because you're 100% right, brother. Because here's the thing, right here being on the East Coast as well, Para-Unity is played out. People say it, but nobody follows through with it.
That's it. It's not something you say. You cannot speak Parafam. You got to live it.
Exactly.
You have to live it
and show it and show the love.
Absolutely. And that's what, like I said, that's one reason why I even started P3. And I'm so glad to have met. And I know we've chat a little bit here and there. Robert, you and I have chat a little bit more than Brian, and we're going to change that. I'm going to make sure of that. But I consider y'all family.
That's it.
We're brothers. We're brothers in the field. I mean, we're brothers in the paranormal field. And Brian, you and I are brothers in the Navy. So
That's right.
that ain't happening.
Shipmates.
Absolutely. Shitmates, by the way, guys. Shitmates. That's what we call each other. Shitmates. I may not have been on a big gray floaty thing. I'll leave that to you, but I still wore the uniform.
Oh,
but,
that's right.
But and I extend that to any branch as well. But the fact is I feel 120,000% the same way.
Yeah.
Everybody in the Global Ghost Hunt chat that we got, anybody in the P3 family got, you guys here watching us, you're family. I don't want you. Exactly. I don't want anybody coming here thinking that you're just going to come and just hang out and be in the audience and watch the show, and you're just the audience member. No, you're a family member. You're coming to celebrate and hang out with family. And each week when we bring a new guest on, we're introducing them to our family.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Yep.
And like the P3, if you guys watched the beginning of the show, Marcus hit the nail right on the head. And he was speaking with me when we were creating this video. The biggest problem in our field is ego. Biggest problem. And, when you meet certain individuals, and we all know them, who care only about themselves and they care about their teams, I'm telling you right now, you're in it for the wrong reason.
Yep.
100%. The money. Robert, you hit it right when you were talking about the Paratech. You ain't in it for the money. That's legit, guys. That's legit. I've said this so many freaking times. Screw my numbers. I don't give a crap. Let's get Pee Dee Region. Let's get all my other guests. Get them out there. Screw me. There's a reason why I don't put my links in the chat.
And if we don't know you, bring it up to us. Let us know your name.
If we don't know you and you're new here and you've only seen one episode or this is your first episode, let us know in the chat. We'll call you out. We'll welcome you personally. We've done it. I've already seen it. If I don't recognize your name, you'll get welcomed here.
Well,
you will always be welcomed.
You speak of Parafam, and that's generally what started Parafam. But then Eldon took it to a new level. We started doing Paranormal Static Podcast. I had no clue how to do video editing. I had no clue how to make a video. I had no clue how to make a logo. I could do, I guess you call them overlays and thumbnails, but that was the extent of my arsenal. And Eldon put me in touch with Bleeding Violin Studios, Cassidy and Raymond Lightwing.
Love those
These guys pulled me into their StreamYard, put me backstage, shared their screens with me, and I got to watch these guys work. And I bought the programs they were using, and I mimicked them. Mm-hmm. I done everything that they done, and I've advanced. I've been making videos for 3 months, and I've advanced to where I am now. And I'm not saying I'm the best, because God knows some of the stuff I've been seeing here lately, my stuff looks like dirt. But I can show you some
videos that'll really help your ego out. How about it, Squeaks?
I got to the point to where I was really getting good with them, and Eldon come to me one day and he was like, Robert, you're doing great. And Cassidy jumped into the call, and Cassidy said, Robert, he said, you're surpassed us. He said, we taught you what we know, and you have surpassed us. And I was like, no, I ain't surpassed you. I'm helping you. Because everything you're teaching me, I'm not going to take it away from Cassidy. I'm not going to take it away from Bleeding Violin and go create my own thing and make money making videos and commercials, because that's not what it's about. So what I did is, whenever me and Eldon and Brian got together, and Brian James, and we formed Parafam, we called Cassidy Lightwing up, and we like, look, we're going to do this. Parafam Studios, you the lead runner of it. We want you in here. And it's about helping everybody else. It's not about the dollar. It's not about any of that. It's about us working together to learn, to share, and grow. And that's where Parafam Studios came from. Well, here we go. 2 months later, we meet up with Drew Nicholas over at DNTV. Mm-hmm. And Drew's telling us, we got DNTV UK. We really want to branch over and get some views into the States. We love what you guys are doing, how you're helping everybody. I mean, and people see that. People see it whenever you network. They see that.
Yep.
Drew was like, you know what? I tell you what. He said, why don't we make a page for the U.S.? We'll call it Parafam Entertainment. Hey, I ain't got a problem with that. Give somebody else a place to stream. Yep. We can put our stuff. Everybody can go on there and advertise. The guys from the UK can stream there. We can stream back to their page. And we just a big, great network. You know what I mean? So that's where Parafam Entertainment will come from. And it's not just paranormal. I don't care if you want to get on there and sell your mama's Girl Scout cookies or your daughter's Girl Scout cookies or whatever. Get on there and sell them.
No, time out. I'm going to stop that. Any Girl Scout cookie sales can be sent to paranormalconsultant0@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to buy stock. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's what Drew see, and that's the difference. Drew's intention is just like Brian Laverty's. Brian Laverty has Parapost. He has the Parapost Network Central, which is Facebook, and he has the app. Mm-hmm. It's not just paranormal. Just because you hear the word para, that means that design right behind Matt's head. That's what para means. It don't mean paranormal. It means that little logo. That logo is called para. So it's not just paranormal. If you want to get on there and you want to do a show on cooking and how you make your grandma's chocolate pie, post it. That's what it's there for. It's entertainment, not just paranormal.
Uh-oh. Something pique your interest down there, brother?
Yep. Cooking. That's my cup of tea.
Hey, you got Parafam Entertainment, Brian. Put it out there. You got DNTV. Put it out there. You got Parapost. Put it out there. That's what these places are for.
Keyword, networking.
There you go.
You know, I'm going to change the title of the show to networking. But I just had a really fun idea, and maybe we all can talk about this. Maybe a paranormal cooking show.
There you go.
Oh Lord!
Oh shit!
Brian, Brian's got a paranormal dish already, and everybody around here will probably hurt you over it. And it's called Reaper beans.
Oh,
because when you get done eating them, you're gonna wish the Reaper would come get you.
But I'm just picturing a cooking show. But you know how a lot of these cooking shows, they have like big extravagant kitchens and stuff like that.
Yep.
We do a cooking show in a freaking cemetery or a haunted location.
Hey, we can throw the Blackstone on the back of the truck and go anywhere we want to cook anything we want.
They used to call those paranormal picnics.
I come up with one barbecue beer and ghost.
Ooh. Yeah, we were going to do an event about that, but we got to worrying about the beer part, people getting drunk, getting hurt, and my insurance company didn't like that idea.
Typically, you know, we actually we talked about it a little bit last night, but we actually had a 4th of July video last year with Mr. Fedora, Al, and oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. But just Dan, Al and Dan. I'm sorry, Dan, if you're watching, I love you, brother. But and Spuzzle, we were all just sitting around. We had like a little campfire going on, just drinking, having a good old time, talking ghost stories for the 4th of July. That was a lot of fun, you know. But I'm just, we got to talk because I like this cooking show idea. I like where this is heading.
Rick aired at a paranormal coffee house.
Rick that too. Paranormal pig.
I saw that.
I am going to attempt to make homemade pretzels after the show tonight, and we'll see how that goes. I may have to record that.
There you go. Record it.
Paranormal online.
Send it to me. Send it to me, and I'll edit it and take out all your cuss words that you're going to have
beer
in
cheese.
there, and then I'll put it online.
But look, you won't hear me cussing. I'll be jamming like, you know, Lamb of God or something in the background. You can't really hear me talking.
Oh my! I just got an awesome idea. So we do all need to talk.
But that's the point of Parafam, is everybody networking together on every aspect, not just paranormal. I mean, if you have a podcast out there or you want to start a podcast out there and you don't know how to go about it, reach out to me, reach out to Brian, reach out to Matt, reach out to Squeaks. Anybody, any one of us, reach out to us. Not only will we help you get the podcast running, we'll give you a place to stream it. We'll give you an intro and an outro for it. We'll help you with a logo. We'll come up with a name. We'll throw you on every single platform that we have available to us to share you out there. And trust me, right now, that is huge. Because we have so many teams involved with Parafam right now till you'll be one of the biggest things on the internet.
And we actually, even here, the P3 family, we have a brand new platform as well. We've got P3 Entertainment on YouTube. That's a brand new one. And it's all going to be about P3 family. All our P3 family members are able to stream right on it. And all you got to do is, it's easy.
There are some that are asking how to, and you guys just, if we haven't contacted you, but you watch the show almost every day when we're on, please just shout out your name to us and we'll try to help you as best as we can.
That's right. Send me a personal message. Contact Brian Horton. Contact Matt. If you want to get on DNTV in the US, contact me. If you want to get on in the UK, contact Drew or Philip. and or Mama D. Any of us can get you the info you need to get you on there and get you rolling. If you want to get on Pee Dee Region's Paranormal page where we share all of our podcasts and everybody else's podcasts, reach out to me. Let me make you an editor. Put it in your StreamYard link. Stream to it. We're game. We're good for it. I mean,
100%.
It's all about networking. You don't have to be a member of Pee Dee Region Paranormal to be on our page. And I just want to make that clear. It's not about being PD. It's about being Parafam.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. And, that's one thing I really, really like about you guys. And that's why I consider you both brothers already. And we just met. And, Robert, you and I have chatted. We've been up late nights. Hell, we had a great old chat session the other night when you were showing me about the website. Oh, we were on a good old time with that shit.
And that's just it. We do website work as well. Anybody needs help with a website, we'll help you as much as we can. Now, I can't say I can sit here and pay your domain fees, but I can help you build it.
Yeah.
But, we got a big network with Global, with us, with Parapost, DNTV, Matt Barron, Paranormal Consultant, P3 program. You got the Ethereal Sisters. We got a lot of people all around the globe in our network, and all they want to do is help. Yep. These are people that don't care about clout, because like Eldon said the other night, he said one little statement that really got to me. If you clout, you out. And I agree with that 100%. The first time you come on here and you all about you, me, I, that means you're not in it for the right reason, and you need to go on back to your page and do your own thing. Because Parafam ain't got time for one person. Parafam's got time for everybody.
Absolutely. 120%, brother. 120%. And guys, if you want more information on Pee Dee or anything they're doing, whether it's Parafam, Paratech, Paranormal Static, whatever, links are in description. To their Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. It's in the description. Just click. Show them some love, seriously. And head over to the YouTube. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, because there's some good content over there. Really good content.
We got some content fixing to hit YouTube that Facebook won't allow, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be pretty good, especially when you get that one right there. Get him crunk up. I can't put that on Facebook. I have to put that in the back files.
See, Matt.
Well, the last essays I done at the coffee shop, yeah, that was loud. That was kind of, that should have been to YouTube, but hey, I got violated, but it was all right.
Yeah, he actually got violated.
No, never mind. I can't. I just do it.
We sitting there doing the Estes challenge, and nobody's in there but me and him, and I'm trying to control the cameras, and REM pods is going off. The cat balls is going off by herself. The EMF meter is over there going crazy. The temperature's dropping. And all of a sudden he said, I feel like something just sit on my lap. And I sit there for a minute, and then the spirit box clear as day says, I'm coming. And I looked at Brian, and I'm trying my best not to laugh, because the camera can pick up every sound. And I'm over there trying to be quiet. And then after the show, Brian come up to me and he said, I don't like that. I said, well, he said, I feel like I was violated. I said, I can imagine you going home now telling your wife that somebody messed with you and violated you.
So before we close out for tonight, guys, I want to ask 2 questions, and I haven't seen him yet in chat, so I'm going to steal this question before he gets here. But if you guys had, and feel free to answer together, separately, whatever you guys want, if money was no object for you guys, take all the time off from work you need, you can go anywhere in the world to investigate. What's on top of that list?
Mine never changes. What does yours be?
Well, I got 2 of them. I'd like to go to the UK and investigate the Tower of London.
It's a good one.
And I'd like to do Valley Forge.
I haven't heard that one yet. That is a really good one. It's honestly one of to me, a forgotten piece of history. It gets overlooked a lot. And I agree with that one. I'd go there in a heartbeat too.
We need to make it happen.
Well, I'll tell you mine, but people in the chat, no religious comments, please. But I really want to go do the tomb where Jesus was put.
I would agree with that one too. And here's the thing. And for those of you new to my channel, whether you're watching on replay or here live, if anything negative is ever in my chat, it's deleted immediately. I have mods all over, and we're watching, and I even watch after. and nobody better put down anybody
And
in
I'm a
my
trigger
chat.
finger, so it'll be
Yeah.
out there really quick.
Mrs. Consultant's a really bad one. You don't make her mad. I
There's
just
Miss
instigate.
Donna. Miss Donna said Gettysburg and Pearl Harbor. And, you know, I want to take a minute and I want to congratulate this woman, man. I don't know if you know who she is or not,
Name
but
sounds familiar.
she is the new team manager of Global United Paranormal Foundation Phoenix Division. She is
Okay.
running the show in Phoenix now because, you know, Eldon moved. He's not in Phoenix anymore.
Yeah.
And she has took this team in a month and done what it took me 3 years to do with a team.
Wow.
She is amazing. The things that she has accomplished in 3 months have me scratching my head like, how?
Wow. Congratulations.
I've never seen somebody take a job and learn it, build it, run it, execute it, everything so fast like she has. So, Miss Donna, I just want to give you props. Congratulations, and we are so proud of what you're doing down there.
Hearts for Donna, guys. Hey, can we get hearts in the chat for Donna? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much love to you.
That's oval.
And let me add to this one. So apparently Miss Donna came in after the commercial. So actually, I know it's kind of late, but in a couple months here, Donna, we're going to Gettysburg. I'm having an event called Para-Unity Day. You guys saw the commercial for it. I know, guys, we've chatted about it.
Yep.
Just curious, are you guys planning on popping in for a visit?
I'm gonna try my best.
So everybody, by the way, is welcome to Para-Unity Day. If you want more information, shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to. Or you just go to Paranormal Consultant on Facebook. The event's right there. It's also on the Paracrew podcast. By all means, everybody is welcome to Para-Unity Day. It's a 2-day event. I can't wait for it.
And
it's
share that event out over on Pee Dee page as well. That way, if any of our followers or people would like to go, they got access to it right there. They can click it and go.
You got it, brother. You got it. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. And but yeah, going back to the Garden of Gethsemane, that I would love that. I would love to go back to there. I'd love to go back to pretty much following Jesus' footsteps, life, death, and resurrection. I love it.
I'm just curious what I could catch with the equipment that we have now. I'm curious what we could catch.
Well, and here's the other thing too, and this is something that I don't think a lot of teams like to touch on because the religious aspect, which by the way, guys, if anybody wants to get upset, just to let you know, I'm a Christian. I'm a born again Christian. I'm an ordained minister. She's pagan. My wife is Wiccan. So, and I've studied all the different religions, and I accept every single religion, and I'm not putting any one of them down. End of story. So now that that's being said, here's the thing. Do you think these biblical events or figures would even be residual or an intelligent spirit?
That's a question that I would love to have answered. But like I told you in the beginning of this podcast, without me having a piece of evidence to lay in front of you and say, look, Matt, this is what it is, I can't really speak on it because I don't want to be that person who just voices opinion. I want to be that person that's known that when I speak on something, I can back it up with evidence.
100%. And I respect the hell out of that. So, but no, I'm right there with you. If I had the chance to go to the Holy Lands and investigate, I'd be down for it. I would just love to see.
Well, think about it. You know, everybody says that he had a following, and the Bible says he had a huge following. All these people worshiped him and loved him and praised him, or whatever the case may be. If they could be anywhere, they're going to try to be as close to him as they could, right?
100%.
So you never know what you could catch. You might not catch him, but you might catch a disciple. You might catch a mother's voice. There's no telling what you could catch. You might could catch agony. You never know.
Yeah.
A lot of pain went through there.
Absolutely. And
a lot of people.
Not just for him, but for a lot. A lot. So my next question, well, the last question, I guess. So it's one of the most important questions I ask on my podcast. Would you guys be interested in coming back for a part 2?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
See?
most definitely.
Anytime.
So, and we would love to have you guys because we're reaching an hour and a half already, if you guys can believe that. But we still have a lot. I know there's a lot in your guys' future, not just with Pee Dee, but Paratech, Parafam Studios, and one of our favorite ones and the most recent ones, the Global Ghost Hunt.
That's right.
Yep.
I cannot wait. That can of worms is just beginning to open. People have no idea what's coming, and I am so excited. And I must say thank you to not just Brian Laverty, but everybody for having me involved with it. And it's still an honor and a privilege to work with you guys.
Same.
So, but all right, guys, we're gonna probably call it for the night. If you guys want, just hang out backstage for a little bit till we wrap up. But I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you guys to death, and I can speak for the P3 family. We got your back. Anything you guys need, let us know.
Thanks, sir. Got our back. Appreciate you letting us be here.
Yep. Much love to everybody. Much love to everybody.
You guys. Much love to you.
Reach out to us, man. Anybody out there, reach out.
100%. Thank you, guys. See you in a second.
Yep.
Hell of a show, Squeaks.
Yeah. I kind of screwed up there at the end, but
hey, it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I had a blast. I love chatting with those two. So, Squeakers. Monday.
Yes.
It's coming. And by it's coming, I mean really soon.
I know. I got to do my homework over
the. For those of you who don't know, Squeakers actually started her own show with Mrs. Consultant, and I'm going to get my butt kicked for that one. My wife, Mackenzie, and Squeakers have their own show called Creepy Cryptids. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check them out on Facebook. I am getting their YouTube put together this weekend. It will be out. Excuse me. And we'll be airing the very next episode on that channel. Again, Creepy Cryptids. Look it up on Facebook. You can also find it on P3 Entertainment on YouTube. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great show that they have going. And it's everything basically that's not spirits and stuff like that. And it's urban legends. It's Bigfoot, Nessie, everything. Yeah. Everything in that sense. And it's a great, great show. So definitely go check them out. 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, every Monday. So Squeaks, thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And
yeah.
I hope you didn't use up all that stick you were sniffing.
No, I've got a whole bottle.
Okay, that's fair.
It's on the altar.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get going for tonight, but do not forget to check out Creepy Cryptids Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and also we have two amazing shows coming up next week at Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be Lurker and Squeakers. They're going to be hosting it. I can't wait to watch them and hassle them. I mean, show them support from the audience. And also Saturday night, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So there's only one thing left to say. You guys have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And no, I'm saying it. And as always, happy hauntings. See ya.